I'm Tanisha, and this is my SED story. So I like to start and say, hi, I'm Tanisha, and I'm a runner. And I like to start with I'm a runner because it takes up a lot of my time. I run 3 days a week, I run with a group, I plan my life around running, so running is really a core area of my life. And along the way in my running journey, I realized that running actually helped me build a lot of skills, and I use a lot of skills when I run. For instance, some of the skills that I use are perseverance. When I'm running a race, like or even training run, sometimes I'm tired, and there's something inside me that I pull out, and I'm like, you know what, Tanisha, you can do this. Goal setting. I have to set goals for how much I want to run during the week, or what time that I want to complete a race in, or what kind of races I want to do in order to build to a bigger race, like a full marathon or something. So I continually set goals when I run. Motivation and discipline, I do that a lot. I get up most mornings at 5 a.m. so I can run, and days I'm not running I also cross train so I can work on that as well. So I'm always thinking about running. I'm doing these skills when I run as well, and that has helped me even deal with stress. Sometimes I know when I identify that I'm feeling stressed or not feeling good, if I go running, and I know it'll help me feel better. This has built my self-confidence. This has built my self-efficacy to be a runner from a long time when I ran since 2011, as well as built my confidence in order to help others as well. So when I'm running, I actually feel pretty good, right? And so running makes me feel resilient. Like I live at the top of the world. I can do it all and I can deal with everything because I'm using those skills all the time. So it's easier for me to set goals in other places, such as work or in other places, or be able to deal and cope with problems. But it doesn't always work that way, and that's something I want us to think about when we think about the young people we serve, because each of us have different skills that we're really good at, and some of them that we never had exposure to or we never had experience doing. And sometimes we have these skills, but we get in situations, such as this one, where sometimes it's harder for us to access those skills, even though we have them. So earlier this year, my husband and I decided to sell our townhome, and we renovated our home. And then when we did that, we were leaving for 4th of July and we had a leak. And so our plumber told us that they actually had to repipe the house from the outside of the house all the way through the inside of the house. And the house looked like this. And when I saw that and heard that, I just ran upstairs and started crying. And part of the reason why I started crying is because I had dealt with that before. I had repiped the house in 2008 and I didn't think I had to deal with this again. So my husband came upstairs and he said, you know what, we can deal with this. And he also said, you know what, you've dealt with this before. And when he said that to me, he actually made me realize I did deal with it before. And then I started to think about what skills helped me to deal with this before that I temporarily didn't remember. And that's what going through life is about too, right? We don't always remember to be our best or think about things. We don't always have the best decision making when we do something. But then we realize the skills that we had, that we've grown and we've been able to use, and we can course correct or really access and think about it in a positive way. And that actually picked me up because I was like, you know what, I have been through this, I've gotten through this, and I've gotten through other things in life. And I started to think about those skills that I use to be able to cope through those things, and that really helped me. Now there might have been still a few times where I was a little extra stressed and ate a little bit more or did other things, but really I knew eventually it would be okay. And that's what a lot of our young people, they don't have that though. And they rely on us in the club to be able to actually help build that for them, right? So here's a snapshot of a lot of the young people in my life whose skills I'm trying to help them build. And I know that you have a lot of young people you deal with at the club every day who are in your life too, right? So my cousin EJ here, he's young, he's great, he's always smiling, he works well with others, like he loves to like just engage with others, but he also is deaf. So he has a whole different set of skills that he has to learn navigating through a world that's built for people who can hear, as well as just go through life and build skills. So as a family, we help him build the skills that help him cope when he can't do something or hear somebody, and to also access that so he can continue to move forward, right? But then we have my little sister Adrian, who I've been mentoring since she was 6 and she's 22 now. She just needed someone along the way to help her know that she had access to skills. But then there's Yazzie here, who's actually at a young age got diagnosed with schizophrenia. So we as a family, again, as a village, we help her to access the skills of being able to do that. Meanwhile, Morgan over here is just living life as an 8-year-old, just wondering what's the next step. All I have to say is all young people have different skills.